This is Penguindad.
No, you have to start over.
Oh, I thought. Sorry.
You're like, what's up? Alright.
Hey there. This is Penguindad.
And this is Naka. So, what did we see?
Gojira.
Gojira! Oh my god.
Gorilla Whale, the movie.
Yes. Alright. Just wanna... It's a spoiler review. You know, this is like a retrospect review, I guess. More or less. So, anyways. Alright, so, yeah. Who's in this?
Ken Watanabe,
Ken
the
Watanabe.
Asian dude from Inception and every...
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. He's like the Japanese John Reno.
Okay, yeah. He's alright.
Yeah.
I don't really, I mean, other than, Inception, I don't really know him for much.
He was also in Batman Begins as the Asian dude in the temple.
Oh, yeah.
He's
he's
always
the
Asian-
stereotypical Asian guy.
Yeah.
It's weird. Okay. So
also
and
the kid from Kick-Ass grew up and became part of the army.
Right.
And the dad from Malcolm in the Middle apparently is a scientist, and
Bryan Cranston.
his wife got blown up.
Yeah.
And he became a crazy
And
Japanese
the Breaking Bad guy.
Yeah.
Which, phenomenal actor.
Again.
Whatever you put him in, if it's like an intense role, like if he's like crazy person, perfect. That's his role.
But don't bait people into the movie thinking he's going to be like all through it and he dies halfway through.
Yeah.
Just
so,
saying.
anyways, okay, so
Didn't even make like the cool hero sacrifice. He just kind of oops, I died before the monster all like showed up fully.
So, beginning, it starts off with him being crazy, he's like, crazy engineer guy working at a,
Japanese nuclear power plant.
And
he's telling them, shit's happening, you gotta stop it.
It's like outside of Tokyo, because you can see, the Mount Fuji and all that, so it's like,
how many times did we see Mount Fuji? And I'm pretty sure...
Okay, so you know what? Let me get something out of the way first, because this drove me nuts when I first saw it. This movie does a bigger disservice to any Japanese culture, anything, than the Wolverine.
No. Worse than Michael Bay's Pearl Harbor.
That was historical and
No.
totally, skewed to make it look like America was blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I agree, but the Wolverine was pretty offensive. So.
It truly was.
I'm just saying, it was more offensive than the Wolverine, which is...
But I did not see a single Asian guy look into the sky and point and say, Gojira!
No, we had Watanabe for that.
Even though
Because he was like Gojira the whole time, so...
Gojira! Oh shit!
he okay, Watanabe's role was reduced to him staring off into the distance, kind of acting like cryptic, but failing at it. Like, he's like,
Ken Watanabe, stop it.
But at every turn, there's some reference to something Japanese, and they totally just,
I was surprised they just didn't pull their eyes back so they go
Chinese, Japanese, dirty knees, look at these.
Also, they kept,
I was waiting for that too.
Also, it was hard to turn off your science brain because they kept throwing science stuff at you.
All right,
I'm trying to enjoy a sci-fi movie about a 500-foot tall nuclear lizard fighting two giant space lobsters.
So Bryan Cranston is the crazy engineer who he sort of turns into like a conspiracy theorist, and
he's right.
He's right. He's an actually right conspiracy theorist, but he's like the government or this hidden organization called, what was it? Monarch. We're hiding the existence of
a giant monster,
of the monsters, and of course the Watanabe guy. He was I guess the leader of it or something. I don't know, for the longest time.
Yeah.
But they go and check out the nuclear plant where his wife died, and he does his little rant, and they find it for some reason. They bring the two guys after they catch him in the quarantine zone for trespassing. They bring him to the place that they're trying to prevent civilians from seeing. It's like, you're not following any of your protocols. You should have just it breaks so many of the what it
logic.
sets up, its own logic it sets up for the movie, and it's just that kind of shit drives me crazy.
When you're trying to forget about the logic of it all, it just keeps pulling logic out. I'm like, wait, stop it. Like, I mean, the science for the monsters alone, like
they feed off of radiation, and it's like okay.
Or how the thing flies and it's like super tall, like that doesn't.
Like, it's bigger than a pterodactyl, and it's like flying, like it doesn't weigh shit. Like the physics aren't there. Like it doesn't work right.
And like yeah, we know that it doesn't. We're trying to like forget that, and you keep bringing science in it, and it just hurts.
So fast forwarding, they have this ploy to get them, like to gather all the the monsters together and try and nuke them, and it's like
they eat radiation, you dumbass.
They are radioactive monsters. Like your bomb doesn't scratch it, so a nuke's not gonna do shit to it. Like
yeah. Like if they eat,
don't even try.
Like if they eat radiation,
yeah.
How? Like I brought up like 3 solutions that could totally work in the movie alone. Like nitrous to freeze them from the inside out.
Yeah.
Totally could work. Overload their systems with electricity, luring them with the radiation to fry them. Could totally work. Or just let gravity do its
considering yeah. That's I think that's what Vsauce said.
That's what everyone says.
That's what everybody says.
Everyone on YouTube says.
If you're gonna bomb something, you don't need all 3 of them when you have like thousands of nukes.
Also,
like one was in the middle of Nevada. It's out in a desert, away from shit. Just nuke it.
Hit it right there.
You can ICBM the crap out of it without nuke stuff and still do some damage, I bet. Like, you
could have Buster bunked it.
Well, they have things that are kinetic missiles. They just explode shrapnel that would tear through basically anything, like metal and shit. Like, there's no way that thing is stronger than metal. Like, because Godzilla pins one of them against an I-beam in a building, right? And just like impaled him, right? So
it's like over.
So it's like, like I said before, like
please stop making me think about science.
The consistency of the freaking science is just way off. Like
again,
if you're gonna go for realism, then go for realism. If you're gonna go for your own rules, go for your own rules. Like
yeah. Stop making me think about the rules.
The logic is all over the place. Like it's broken.
Again.
So
the performances were okay. They were
the Bryan Cranston
character.
Bryan
Cranston was amazing.
He was the best, but all of his lines are all in the previews. But still, he was the best act in the whole movie, and killed him.
Not just only act. The bus driver.
Oh, the bus driver, yeah.
The bus driver had the most realistic reaction to everything.
You're
He's like, oh shit, there's monsters and I'm on a bridge. He's like, the police are like, stop, you can't go any further. He's like, fuck this, right. I got a bus full of orphans.
It's like you're not gonna shoot me, yeah.
Like, you're not gonna shoot me. You're trying to stop a giant lizard from attacking.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna drive off this bridge because F this, the bridge is going down because the dinosaur is pulling it apart. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Right.
He was the second coolest character in the entire movie.
There were like 1,000 tropes too. Like I just can't even. I'm not even gonna start.
The dying mom. Save the swords. The kid doesn't. The son doesn't want to be like his father. And
there was I brought this up earlier. About the and I was saying it halfway through the film where they had the news broadcasts had the dumbest titles ever.
Yeah. It
was like Godzilla's savior of our city.
Also, I just
love where'd you get that name? First of all,
they just
the military didn't tell you that.
No, they just said King of the Monsters.
Oh, King of the Monsters.
But I just love how at the end when he's going towards the ocean, he just roars back at the city like he just like you're welcome, and then just swims away. Also, what was really weird is I did not hear the theme song once.
Yeah. Well, this movie it's trying to like do like a throwback, like not like a throwback, but like pay a lot of homage to the original, and in the process, throwing back so hard it goes through your back window and smashes the car behind you. So yeah.
There's another thing I wanted to mention. I loved the opening scene, like with the opening credits, how they made it seem like the entire movie was like
a conspiracy,
a conspiracy, like an old document that had, we have
classified document by the government, right?
And it was so awesome.
Cool, yeah.
And it was really interesting to have to explain why bikini was such a big deal and how it tied into SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah. Oh, I never knew. It's the Godzilla backstory.
well, it's
because there's monsters that are in SpongeBob that are pretty similar to.
I'm not going to.
It's a conspiracy. Get your tinfoil hats out to it.
I'm not going to explain it because there's videos on YouTube combined that tell you about the connection between SpongeBob and Godzilla via Bikini Bottom.
So, anyways, the movie freaking cock teases the fighting of the monsters. It'll like show the first 10 seconds of the fight, and it'll cut away. And it'll okay,
this is the part I want to see.
It's like here's a cool scene. Oh wait, I'm not gonna show you that yet.
Here's scientists doing science stuff that doesn't make sense.
All the way until the very end of the movie, and it's 2 hours in. It's like, are we gonna actually see a legit fight scene? I like that. How they don't show the monster until later on in the movie, kind of that
build it up,
that old style of filmmaking, but
they did it.
It wrong. Was too hard. You gotta go full, actually have the full fight scene after the first maybe 45 minutes, an hour into it, right?
And also with all the Godzilla movies, you had a good 30, 45 minutes of nothing, but when the clues were starting to show up, you started seeing the monster more and more. And
it's teaser hell.
And it was. This movie was teaser hell. But in the older movies, the more clues you got, the more you saw the monster. To a point where at the end, you're just seeing the monster fight, and you were cool with that.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted. I wanted to see the two space lobsters fight Godzilla. That's they're called Muto, but fuck them. They look like giant space lobsters.
What is a Muto? They're not classic monsters, so if they're gonna pay homage, do you think they would use one of the original monsters? But
yeah, I thought because in the trailer I thought that flying thing was Rodan.
That's what I thought too, but I'm like, all right, well that doesn't.
I'm cool with it.
Whatever.
Godzilla fought radioactive monsters before, so whatever.
They were stealing stuff from fucking what do you call it? Del Toro's movie, Pacific Rim.
It was Pacific Rim-y.
It was because the EMP monster.
Even though EMPs don't work like that, but whatever. Right. let's not go into that.
Oh wait, did I bring that up? How EMPs don't work like that in the movie? EMPs. Okay, if EMP is a thing where it's the shock from a nuke going off. Mm-hmm. It's that initial it fries electronics.
Yeah.
It'll go through a circuit and it'll connect where it's not supposed to connect, and it'll put too much power into it and it'll explode, and it won't come back. It'll blow up. But somehow they're able to hotwire a boat. Oh, somehow they're able to, get their power back. It's that's not how an EMP works, motherfuckers.
And I don't know if EMPs you can even produce an EMP with a seismic shock even from a giant lobster.
Well, yeah, even if he's nuclear powered.
A nuclear powered seismic shock from a giant lobster, I don't think can produce an EMP unless it's just the radiation.
Well, if you noticed, there is some semblance of it where it's looks like an arc. Yeah. And it's forehead, but it goes back and forth. I don't know. I think they also thermal, but I don't know.
Again, they put too much science into something that didn't need science.
That last part with the bomb.
The ticking.
12 minutes.
A ticking clock mechanic in something like this was dumb.
Still, 5 minutes for a boat to go from. Oh yeah, hold on. Before I say that, what is it with monster movies? And the San Francisco area and the bridge primarily.
Yeah, the Golden Gate Bridge.
What is it with the Golden Gate Bridge? There's something about that being a suicide, in real life, it being a suicide thing. just it's so
Planet
iconic.
of-
Like they
Planet of the
can't
Apes?
avoid Planet of the Apes. They can't avoid the movie trope. Like
Whatever.
it's like, why didn't you just go somewhere
maybe
else? You know,
or maybe it's San Francisco has like cheap
I
filming.
want to see something in Chicago. I want to see something in like freaking I don't know.
Destroying New York.
New York. Well, New York's got all the superheroes. Like another American city. Like let's go with Dallas. I don't know something.
Something else.
Something else, but like without stepping on anybody's toes, of course. But,
Yeah.
You know, because
Yeah, you could totally destroy Dallas.
Yeah.
Like it's a Gulf city.
yeah,
You could totally destroy Dallas.
totally. I think I don't know.
So if you live
No, let's move it. Let's put it in Detroit. Nah, that place is already destroyed. It doesn't need another.
I was just thinking like the same
Katrina, gotta be Katrina. Fucking FEMA.
Actually, at the end of the movie, it did seem like
FEMA
Super
wasn't.
Katrina.
It was Super Katrina. A lot more rape.
Also, why would you listen to anything FEMA had to say? Did you not see Katrina?
Like, yeah, that's not. FEMA's not gonna help you.
Yeah.
Then they didn't help them in the movie.
Yeah,
So it's
because
like,
well, that's
Yep.
that's the only realism you saw in the movie, FEMA.
oh man, that should have been set in Japan.
Actually, I would have loved it in Japan.
It'd have been way better in Japan. It's
man.
like, oh my god, like have the American actor, like an American actor, and like other like.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be in Japan the way it
Do
looks.
an American movie in Japan. Like
Actually, I thought it was going to be in Japan. I swear to God, like, because the way the trailer looked, it looked like, oh, they're fighting in Japan, and
gonna
there
loop
you saw a
back to
ton
that.
of Japanese people running. I'm like, okay, it's going to be in Japan.
now, when I said disservice, I meant very offensive to Japanese
Yeah.
culture.
Really,
Like really offensive. Like
but I have to say, Bryan Cranston did some
was
great
good.
Japanese.
Yeah, he was
like
pretty
Bryan, like he just keeps going back.
I
to
remember
him.
something like a long time ago. Somebody said, or some report said that the Japanese hate this movie. Like they hate it, probably because it's so
It's better than Godzilla
very-
'99.
It's better than the '99 version, which they kicked that
also-
Zilla's ass.
Also, this Godzilla looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, this
like-
he's better.
He looks legit. Like
So what was I talking about before the whole?
how it's like offensive to Japanese
No,
people.
before that, I was talking about something else. We're way off track.
Oh, totally. But this movie was just
Yeah. Anyways, okay, so let's finish up with the,
Oh,
what you liked, what you
okay.
didn't like.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Good. Godzilla looks awesome. He did everything that Godzilla does, and it would have been really awesome to. Well, good. That was good.
Good fights and shit, right?
Yeah, it was good fights. Bad. Too much focus on the human aspect. I get it. I understand it, but you should cut it down. You should have just cut that back. We get it. America. Fuck yeah, we're number one. America can.
Military.
We get it. We get it.
Get rid of the soldier story.
No.
We've seen the soldier story 1,000 times.
We could do you could do the soldier story. Just cut it back.
Cut it back. Okay.
Replace
Replace it with more Bryan Cranston.
what they could have improved. Just fucking.
Everything.
No, not everything. Like, cause Godzilla looked awesome.
Yeah.
That was the best looking Godzilla I've ever seen. It made Godzilla seem feasible, even though it's not.
Even
feasible.
though he's like thousands of times bigger than the previous version.
Again, but he looks.
I think there's something to do with, like a building's getting bigger and Godzilla being small, kind of being like,
Okay.
our military could kill that.
I don't know.
Yeah, like something to do with modernism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
It has to be big. Has to be unrealistically big.
Also, Ken Watanabe at the end of the movie pretty much said verbatim one of the last lines in the Blue Oyster Cult song Godzilla. History
okay.
shows again and again how nature ones up the power of man. Like what?
Yeah, they paying homage. That's
I know,
good. That's good.
But it's like to a Blue Oyster Cult song.
All right, so good was actually, I'm not gonna say the monster fights because they were great, but they weren't actually the best parts. I think the best parts were the setup with the Bryan Cranston character.
Yeah.
Is the the actual parts that were closer to the real science than the rest of the movie.
Because he actually was.
He straight up knew what he was talking about.
Yeah,
right?
he said some real science, and it was like, okay, I'm with you, Brian.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Anyways, so yeah, that was good, and like the apocalypse in Japan thing, that was cool. Like how they were like walking through.
And seriously, I was like, are they gonna fucking
that
destroy
whole
Japan?
freaking part was amazing, and then like when he died, the movie just dove. Like, and that's my negative is keep goddamn good characters alive, like, and go with the cool stuff. But no, whatever.
Which would have improved?
Right. Thing I would improve. Things I would change. Sorry, things I would change. Don't put it in San Francisco. Put it in Japan.
Cooler monster.
Yeah, or cool. Well, no, that's monster could have worked. Just put it the setting. The setting was just like take it out of San Francisco, put it in somewhere around Tokyo.
Perfect. Or they could have fought in the desert, which would have been cool.
Yeah, the desert. Oh man, the desert would have been awesome. Actually, that'd be cool. Where if they fought him in like Nevada.
But I guess they had to fight him in the city for the homage of just.
They had to have like all the fucking monsters in the city, like, and they had to have a skyscraper fall on Godzilla, and like it's
Why
like
the skyscraper have to fall on Godzilla?
I didn't know there was a building that big in San Francisco.
Also, would my improvement have a twist where after he destroys the monsters, Godzilla's like, "Fuck it," and just goes
starts
crazy,
destroying shit. Yeah, that's what I thought was gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's like
because Godzilla's not a good guy or a bad guy. Godzilla's a force supposed to.
He's
like,
true neutral, right?
He's supposed to be the force of nature. Yeah. So Godzilla is supposed to be, no matter what man does,
well,
he cannot.
They did explain that in the beginning where his like
but
relative or something got like killed by these spore, and he was just like on a mission to kill these fuckers. Like he's like, these things are gonna die. I'm gonna make sure these things are gonna die.
Also,
like I don't care. Like he was totally neutral to the humans. He was like, I don't care. Like you're shooting me, I don't give a fuck. And he basically went through the Golden Gate Bridge and said, "Honey Badger, don't give a fuck. Like I don't care."
Yeah, no, just everything. Like I just like I don't know. Like they forced it down. They forced his ideology down the throats instead of just letting it wash over you like the other movies did.
They Americanized it, right?
Yeah, he's a force of nature that is going to fuck shit up. That's it.
Let's leave it on that.
No.
We're at 20 minutes, man.
Sorry. Last thing.
All right.
How the fuck do you destroy the nest of bug monsters with fire? These things are radioactive.
Yeah.
How do you know?
I don't know.
You could freeze them. You can always just freeze them.
Science.
I'm sorry. It keeps.
Yeah, science.
It keeps bringing science in.
Yeah. No science. Not a science movie. If you like science and you are bugged by movie tropes ruining science or ruining your impression of science, don't watch it.
It's hard
because it's terrible.
It's hard to turn off the science.
The pseudoscience. That's what
hard.
it is. All right. So we done? Yay.
Yeah.
Good. All right. I'm gonna say that is a. I'm gonna go with a C. Plain C.
I'm gonna turn my nostalgic glasses off, which is really hard because Godzilla looked really cool and did some cool stuff, and I'm gonna go with a C+.
C+. Okay, I see it. All right. Peace out. Bye. All right, later.